All right, so we are back out for another exploration. Today we are at one of my favorite places, which is North Lake at milepost 71 on the Port Arthur, Duluth and Western Railway. You can see the grade stretching back to the east in front of me. And so what we're going to be doing here today is we are going to be exploring a little bit of the grade here. You can see as we move westward in front of me. And we are going to be taking a look at some of the features in the area. Unfortunately, time has not been kind to this area. There was certainly a lot more here in the past, and it's been very slowly disappearing. And so just to give you a little bit of background in this area, North Lake became a station on the railway right from the beginning. So it was one of the original stops on the railway line. And so the first station here was a very crude log structure. And then eventually over the years, it added a number of other features. There was a section house here. The section house would have been just in here somewhere. I tried looking around and I was not able to find any trace of anything in this location. We found bits of coal and we found some metal and some balls and things like that, but no traces of a structure. The station that's often shown in photographs was put in here in 1907 by Canadian Northern Railway. It was one of their third-class stations that was used in rural areas. There was a lot of them that were built, especially in the western part of Canada, out in the prairies. There were two types of these stations. The original design came out in 1901. It was known as Plan 100-3, and I believe this was the one that was used at Silver Mountain. The one at North Lake was an extended version. It was 4 feet longer, and it was known as Plan 100-29. And so we're coming up on the location of the station here in a second. So the station would have been just in here on the south side of the grade, so just to my left, and we'll take a look at what's left there. Just across on the other side of the grade, so on the north side of the grade, there would have been a house, and I'll talk a little bit about that shortly. And then there was a coal bunker, which is further down on the north side of the grade. Just up, there's a little jog in the grade that you can see up here. We'll take a look at that. And then there was a turning Y, which will follow. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop inside and take a look at this. It's not the most ideal day. It's a little too bright, and so it's going to be hard to see things, but we'll do the best that we can. Okay, so we're just inside the tree line. The grade is just behind me here, just to the north. And so we're going to explore the remains of the station. You can see there's all kinds of objects all over the place here. There's bits of metal, etc. lying around, as you would sort of imagine there would be around a station. You can see that there are, down here, there's bits of barrel hoop, there's can. There's, right here, you can see pieces of wood, and this has a very large bolt attached to it. And here, I'll be very careful as I step around here, is the remains of the station. Now, it might be a little bit difficult to see because of the lighting, but this is essentially it. You still see there's some snow on the ground, since it is kind of a bit of a secluded spot here with the trees. And so you can see that there's pieces of wood right here. And again, looking this way towards the east. Carefully step around here. You can see there's pieces of wood here. You can see there's a nail sticking out. I wish it was a little bit cloudier today, and so you'd be able to see things without the contrast between the light and the dark. You can see there's a can here on top of the remains. And again, this is it. This is all that remains of this once very, very beautiful station. And so just to give you a little bit of background as we work our way back into a spot here where we can see. Again, this station was built in 1907 and served until 1923 when trains stopped running past Mackey's, which is located at milepost 47. At the time, the railway was owned by Canadian National, and it was known as their North Lake subdivision. And so the station kind of sat derelict for many, many years, and it was still standing as of the 1970s. But unfortunately, it collapsed. And there's a bit of a story there about what exactly happened to it. There was a group that did try to save the station, and I know they did remove some of the parts of the station to make a replica of it. And the replica was about a mile to the east on Addy Lake. And so what we're going to do is we're going to push a little bit farther in, and we're going to be exploring the turning Y here at North Lake.